Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ask Jun the Groomer. Today is September the 1st, 2016. Let's see, just checking my phone here. So today I am going to start off, because I've been going over, hold on one moment. Okay, perfect. So I got the chat window up here. Perfect. So I was going over the comments to, just see what question keeps popping up the most, what people are interested in the most. And the thing that keeps coming up is the sunshine videos. The dog I couldn't groom, ... the first time. So what happened was, just to clear the air on all this, oh man, I've been so busy these days, so tired. Okay, so Sunshine, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine back from high school, calls me or texts me. He calls me and tells me that he has somebody that has a dog that nobody can groom, a toy poodle that just nobody can touch it. It has to be sedated, fully sedated, like knocked out in order to get groomed at the vets. So he asked if I could do it, and I was like, of course I can do it. I watch a lot of Caesar Milan. I could do anything, but. So I went on Facebook. This was like probably 3-4 years ago. But anyways, I went on Facebook and kind of blasted how I'm gonna groom this dog that nobody can touch or nobody can groom. So, oh my goodness. So I go on Facebook and I started talking about how, I just could hype it up. I hyped it up really big. So, I'm going to groom this dog, that nobody can touch. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to post pictures, and then I start grooming the dog. And she brings the dog in, and Sunshine is just this big, matted toy poodle, just big matted mess, and wouldn't let anybody touch him. Even his mom had to be careful because he snaps back. So yeah, it was crazy. And my 4 steps. Step 1, build rapport. So I spent like a good hour and a half just sitting next to the dog. Just sitting next to him, giving him like treats, hot dogs. His mom said he loves hot dogs. Give him pizzas, hot dogs. He wouldn't take it. He wouldn't even. Complete avoidance. And if I try to scoot next to him or pull him a little bit closer to me with the leash, just ferocious. So I couldn't do anything. I couldn't, so finally I just, picked him up and, he was going all nuts and just waited for him to calm down, got him on the table. I mean, this was a long process. And I wasn't charging her for it either because I told her, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this dog done. I don't know what's going to happen. So, I can't charge you for it. This is not something that I can say this is going to happen and this is what I'm going to charge. Because I don't know, I was like, I have no idea what's going to happen. So I got him on the table. He started snapping at me, biting me. So I held him on the back of his neck, with my 2 fingers like that, just so I can control his movement and so he couldn't bite me. So then when I did that, he freaked out, screaming, and then he pooped, peed, went nuts. And so that's when I was like, okay, you can't groom him, I can't groom him. So I put him down, and I, in the video, the way I ended it, I was just saying like, I thought I could, I couldn't, I can't, this is just too much for me. And, I was asking for suggestions from other groomers that may have more experience or dog trainers. And so I put that video up there. And then I get all these crazy messages, how, anyways. So then I called the mom and I told her, I think it's best that you get him sedated again and just have the vet do it. And so she did. And then she called me back a few months later and she was like, could you please give it another try? She doesn't want to go through the whole sedation thing. And so I was telling her and he's 14 years old. So the story is she picked him up at a shelter and he was scheduled to be put down that day actually, because nobody could touch him. He's 4 years old, owner surrender. Just could not touch him. Nobody can even get near him without him getting very vicious and ferocious. So he was scheduled to be put down that day, 4 years old. But here, I think her name was Christine. But anyway, she comes and he kind of warms up to her. And so she felt this connection with him. So she was like, no, you can't put him down. So she adopts him. But now, and she tries to give him a really good life. But yeah, she was saying like with her and her partner that like they run a dance studio together, he's fine. But even with her, sometimes when she touches the back of his neck, he'll snap back at her. He doesn't like being touched in the back of the neck. So that's what set him off when I try to control his head. Anyways, so that's the story. So she adopted him at 4 years old. So he's 14 years old now. For the past 10 years, he has been getting groomed under full sedation at the vet. And so the anesthesia and everything, she was just worried about his age and him dying possibly. So she wanted me to give it another shot. And so I told her, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'm willing to give it another shot. But again, I was like, I don't know what to charge. I don't know how long it's going to take. So, we just gave it a shot, and it happened to be Father's Day that day. So the second time we went around, I just got like carpenter's gloves, big leather heavy gloves, so that he could just bite down. And it hurt. Even though those gloves were preventing him from puncturing my skin, it still hurt every time he bit down on it. Oh man. But that's what I did. So I just let him bite as hard as he could, and then he would just bite, and then I could feel him just kind of relax, and then I could just kind of pull I slowly, and then he'll bite again, and but that's how I did it. I just let him bite. I just let him go at it, and then let me see here. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any comments. But anyways, I just let him go at it. And once he bit and he realized I wasn't reacting to it and nothing bad was going to happen, he let me do as much as I needed to. So the second time around, I was able to get him done. I put the video series up. And so a lot of people have a problem with the brushing that I did before the bath. Like, why didn't I just shave him? Looking back on it now, I probably would have just shaved him. Who cares about the brushing? We're just getting this done, getting the hair off. Let his mom brush him once we have him shaved. I brush him at home. But, I was very ambitious. I was very, I had to do every single dog. And that was the thing too. Like, I had such a big problem with saying like, oh no, I can't groom their dog, or I refuse to groom this dog, or I don't want to groom that dog, or, for me, I had to groom every dog. It didn't matter what the challenge was. It didn't matter what the circumstance was. I had so much to prove, and now a lot has changed. And so looking back on it, yeah, I probably would have done a lot of things different. But at the time I was thinking, I got to clear out the skin. He's matted like this because he's not getting brushed. Somebody needs to brush him. Somebody needs to clear out those pores, so I was like, I got to do this, so I tried brushing him, or combing him out as best I could. It wasn't really working out. So then, just shaved him. But yeah, and the bath was actually really nice. And that's one part we couldn't get filmed because it was just my wife and I that day, and she was working while I was washing Sunshine. She was doing other things and cleaning up and prepping. So, but anyways, so that was it. But what happened was I called Sunshine's owner about a week after the groom, just to find out how he was doing. And she told me that he's still having a hard time getting up and walking. He's like very sore and tender and just kind of looks stiff. And so it was like 8 days, about a little over a week after the groom. And so I told her, like, if you think about it, 14 years old, that's like a 70-plus-year-old, 80-year-old. If it's 17 times 7, shoot. So that's a really old man, trying to wrestle with a young man, I guess, and so it's like going, a really old man going to like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym and rolling around the mat with those young boys, of course he's going to be out for a week. Of course, he must have been sore, all that fighting he did, and, biting, and just, every time he bit down on my gloves, he put everything into it. I could feel him, So I was telling her, it's been a week after I groomed him. If he's still like this, I just really don't know if this is the best way for him to get groomed. Because, oh, hi, Joanna. I was like, oh, man, nobody's watching. Nobody cares. Just talking to the camera. But anyway, the webcam, nonetheless. let's get these technology terms straight. But yeah, I was telling her that I really don't feel comfortable grooming Sunshine again, especially if it's taking over a week for him to get to the point where he can even get up on his own. She was saying that he needed help and getting up a little bit after the next day after the groom. There was like goopiness on his eyes that she had to keep cleaning out. So yeah, so then, you know, oddly enough, even after that conversation, she called me back a few months later saying like, could I groom Sunshine again? And I just had to tell her, like, honestly, just going from the comments coming in from more experienced groomers on YouTube, you know, and other dog trainers, dog behaviorists, and just a lot of emails and a lot of comments that I gotten, you know, just the feedback that I got from everyone, and my personal, how I feel about it. I was telling her that I just feel like the best way for me to help Sunshine is to step aside. Oh, Ashley Palan. Hi, Ashley. Oh my goodness. Ashley Palan and Joanna Anise are here. So I was telling her that I think the best way for me, bye Eva. Have a good day at piano practice. Afterwards, let's go swimming at the pool. Awesome. Okay, so I told her, you know, I think the best way for me to help Sunshine is to just step aside and have the vet just sedate him and get him shaved down. I was like, I just think that the risk of him having a seizure, you know, or just having a heart attack, just anything, you know, I was like, it's just too much, you know, just his physical health. And so I was telling her, like, I personally don't feel comfortable doing it. Like, yeah, can I get it done? Yes, you know, we proved that. I can give him a haircut. But at what cost, you know, at what cost to his health, what cost to, you know, my conscience, and also the first series. So I had the first series where Sunshine came in the first time, called The Dog I Couldn't Groom, hence the title, The Dog I Couldn't Groom, ... the first time. So there was a series before that, but I took it down from YouTube because while we were living in Chambly and running a business there, I'm having dinner and get an email, and so, you know, and it's about Sunshine, and so I was like, oh my goodness, what about Sunshine now? And so this is when I was actually checking the emails and comments as they were coming in, because, you know, I mean, it wasn't like now, you know, like now I have comments like coming in all the time, but before it was like, you know, not that many. So I was reading it. And it was actually a Good Samaritan. This groomer, she was telling me that there's a group of groomers that really had it in for me. They were contacting PETA. They were trying to take legal action against me, trying to get me, you know, in jail pretty much for the way I treated Sunshine. And I was like, what, you know? And so anyway, she was telling me that she suggests that I take the video down. And she was like, you know, I know it's, you know, giving you a lot of exposure, but, you know, like, maybe you want to take the video down. These people are really after you. And so I was like, of course, you know, I'm not attached to these videos. I took the whole series down. I deleted it because I wasn't out to ruffle feathers. And this is, you know, anyways. So then I got another email from, you know, this a few months later, from somebody else saying how they're so glad that they downloaded the series. They're saying, I'm so glad I downloaded that gem because, you know, before you deleted it, because now I have proof that you're an animal abuser. And I was like, what? So I emailed them back and told them, you know, I'm so glad that you did download it, because I personally don't keep a copy of these videos because my camcorder is kind of old and I need the storage space. So as soon as I download it onto the computer, it's usually off my camcorder, so I can, you know, so we can record more. And then after I make the video and upload it to YouTube, I usually take it off my hard drive, because my Mac, it was given to me actually by one of my clients, Bernice. Bernice, if you're watching this, you probably aren't, but thank you so much, Bernice. But it was given to us by Bernice, you know, kind of a Mac that is very nice. I love it. I love it. But she was saying her kids don't use it anymore, so she gave it to us. So, you know, anyways, I want to keep the storage, you know. So anyways, I deleted off the hard drive after I uploaded to YouTube. So I don't keep a copy of these videos. They're gone. So I told him, could you send it to me? Because I actually don't have it. And I like to watch these videos. The reason why I didn't charge Sunshine's mom was because I told her that I'm going to video this and put it up on YouTube. and use it as a way for me to look back on it. Kind of like how fighters, like you know, mixed martial art fighters or boxers, they watch their videos. Even athletes, you know, football players, basketball players, when they lose a game, they go and watch the tapes so they can see how they can improve, you know, where they messed up. So that was why I didn't charge Sunshine's owner, because I was telling her, this, I'm going to use this as a way for me to get better. So I told him, you know, can you send me that video, because I don't have it. You know, and I'd love to see, you know, have it so I can look back over it. Bye, Annabelle. I love you. Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful, Annabelle. Okay, so, but now I got no reply. So, you know, but so that's the story of Sunshine. I know everyone's saying, like, this one lady was saying that she's been sharing it on Facebook pages as an example of how not to treat a dog during grooming. And I just thought that was kind of funny, because it's like, if I don't like somebody's videos, if I don't like what someone's doing, I usually just click off and just, or, you know, just watch something else. But to dislike someone so much that you post their videos out and look at this idiot, you know, look everybody, look at this idiot. You're actually giving me more views. You're actually giving me more exposure. You know, you're helping me out. So I don't know. Anyways, but I hope I can clear the air. That's the reason why I was trying to prep and at least brush him, because I figured if I could you know, help his skin feel better, maybe he'll like me. But that wasn't happening. And at the end of the video, everyone's saying that he was like drugged or he was shutting down. No, like even when my wife, at the very end of part 3, where Sunshine, I'm holding the camera, and my wife goes and pets him, and he puts his head right on her chest. I actually held my breath while I was holding the camera. I'm like, because I thought that he was gonna bite her, you know, like he is still fully capable of biting. It's just after it was all over, he was feeling better. He realized what we were doing. You know, I personally don't see a dog that was shut down and practicing learned helplessness or whatever, you know, learned helplessness, these terms that they're using. I don't believe that was happening. I really believe that he realized that we were trying to help him, and he was showing some appreciation at the end there. So, okay, so Joanna Anise says, I have a Shih Tzu that smells badly between the eyes and nose. How can I clean that up? Okay, I have degreased it, but oh, Joanna, that right there is probably the answer. It's because you're degreasing it. And here's the reason why that degreasing is not a good idea in between the eyes and anywhere that there's like moisture. The ears, degreasing the ears, degreasing the sanitary area like the tummy and the thighs where there's not a lot of hair. The reason why degreasing those areas may seem like a good idea, but it's actually not, is because those are called sebaceous zones, meaning that they produce oils, and they produce more oils than everywhere else in the body. So out of the ears, the tummy, the armpits, you know, these areas. Bye, Eva. Oh, I love you. So when we degrease it, we're drying it out. We're getting all that oil out of there, right? And that means that all of a sudden it goes in shock pretty much. It starts overproducing oils, and it dries it out and starts causing skin problems. So rather than keep those areas clean and dry, like, you know, they say like the ears, keep it clean and dry, clean and dry. It's not clean and dry. I learned from Michelle Knowles, that runs the Yves San Bernard School out in Cave Creek, Arizona, that it's actually better to keep it clean and oiled. So Joanna, the Shih Tzu smell right there, I bet it smells like old rags, like old kitchen rags kind of, right? Because it's getting wet and dry, wet and dry. And what we want to do is, instead of degreasing it using a degreaser, use a moisturizing shampoo and then follow it up with conditioner. And even if we don't use any shampoo conditioner, let's say we're not giving it a bath, use something like 100% argan oil. I found some at Sephora and JCPenney. You can buy a little jar of it for $16 at Sephora. Or you can order it online, 100% argan oil, or emu oil, or there's oxygenated olive oil. And you can also find all these products on Yves San Bernard's website, isbusa.com, and they sell all this as well. But oil that area, like just put a little light layer of oil there rather than degreasing it. And that oil, what it does is it seals the hairs, and it forms like a protective barrier. So rather than absorb all that moisture coming out of the eyes, it'll repel it off, so that it can literally slide off. So that area will stay cleaner, and it won't get brown and discolored and get that nasty rag smell like that gym socks. So rather than using a degreaser or shampooing it, use conditioner and use oils, and keep that area oiled. Another thing with Shih Tzus is that if you get a face comb or a face stripping knife, or just your fingertips, kind of use some cornstarch or some talc powder, and kind of pinch right there in between the eyes, then that will do a lot as well, because it's those old fuzzy hairs that you can pull out easily, that undercoat. That's what's kind of holding on to the moisture as well. So by pulling out the dead fuzzy undercoat and then oiling that area with avocado oil or emu oil or argan oil, that's going to keep that area nice and clean, shiny and smooth, and it won't smell like that bad smell either. So great question, Joanna. Nydia Gastelum, I am here just late. Hi, Nydia. Alan Powell, I just want to see this. I want to see this video now. I've groomed some pretty severe cases myself. Alan, yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out if you have time, and just let me know. Because I mean, even now, when I go back and watch it, it's like, oh yeah, ooh man, did I do that? Like, oh wow, I did that, and I thought that was a good idea, But that's the thing. At the time, I thought it was a good idea. That's why I was doing everything that I was doing, because I thought it was a good idea, So, good intentions are great. Good intentions, I think, is the first step. To have good intentions is very important. But then having good information, I think, is the next step, because I had great intentions. I just didn't have good information, and I didn't have the experience that I needed either to be handling that kind of dog at that time. So, yeah, any tips, Alan, would be appreciated. Ashley Paland, what kind of shampoo conditioner should I be using on my Shih Tzus? So Shih Tzus, like any long-haired dog, okay, like any long-haired dog needs more collagen. So you want to find a shampoo with collagen and conditioner as well. Oatmeal shampoos, are really good for I've had some really good success with this shampoo called Lucy's. But I read the ingredients, and it has sodium chloride in it. It's not, it's kind of down the list, but still. And I learned from Bobby Panter, who makes Bobby Panter shampoos line, like that her shampoo line has no salt, salt-free, because salt leaves a residue. It strips the oils, it strips the hairs, and because there's no salt in her products, it actually, the nutrients and everything are able to absorb into the hair fibers and the skin better. So she gave me a lot of good reasons why sodium chloride is not good to have in shampoos. But I was kind of in a bind. I was completely out of shampoo. I stopped by Petco, and I was looking at their dog grooming shelf to buy some shampoo on my way to the next appointment. And here's one thing I noticed: there's no conditioner. Like, oh my goodness, all these different brands of shampoo and all these different kinds of flavors, I guess, like chamomile and lavender and apple blossoms and stuff, but there's no conditioner to go with these shampoos. And it's like, what? Like if we know, what I've learned from Michelle Knowles, from Pam Loritzen, from a lot of these people, not just them, but scientists and chemists that I've spoken with at the shampoo companies, conditioner is actually very important, probably more important than the shampoo. Why are there not conditioners on these shelves for the pet owners to buy? There's like a shelf full of shampoos and no conditioner. So anyways, this one brand called Lucy's, I was reading it, and also the part of the profits when you buy the shampoo and conditioner goes to Lucy's Pets and helps homeless pets. So I'm all about like philosophy and mission and why companies are in business. So so I tried it, and it's apple oatmeal, and it doesn't actually have a conditioner, like soak-in conditioner, but it has the shampoo, and then it has like a spray-on leave-in conditioner. So what I've been doing is using the shampoo after the bath while the dog's still wet, spraying the conditioner all over, let the conditioner soak in. And because it's a leave-in conditioner, it's already diluted. Then I towel dry real good, pat it dry, and force dry. And that the high velocity air kind of helps push that conditioner into the skin as well. And as I'm drying it, so yeah, I've been using that. So it's Lucy's apple and oatmeal. And it's actually made for like sensitive skins and things like that. And I've been having some really good results with it with the dogs I've been grooming. But yeah, I would look for anything that has, but I would say look online. Amazon is a great place to look. There's Pedigree, that's PETAGREE. So it's like pet, PET, agree. Like we all agree. So pedigree.com. There's also petedge.com. There's also Ryan's Pet Supply. But I would order my products online from now on, because when I go to these stores, there's just not that great of a selection. And I feel for pet owners, it's like, how do we expect them to take good care of their dogs grooming wise when, first of all, we're not even giving them good information to go on, and second, we're not even providing the products that they need on the shelves. Like there's very few brands that actually carry a shampoo and the conditioner to go with it. So I don't know, just my take on it. But yeah, Ashley Palan, I'm glad you asked that. But shampoo and conditioner, Yves Saint Bernard, that's ISB USA. Man, I really don't like writing in. Oh, there's blue pen. There's a red pen here. I don't like writing in red ink. But isbusa.com. So it's isbusa.com. So it's Yves Saint Bernard USA.com. But if you go on their website, isbusa.com, they have shampoo actually made for long coats. So it kind of makes it easy for you. I think it's their apple, their Mela Verde or something like that. But yeah, also, what else? Who else makes a good shampoo for long-haired dogs? I like Nature's Specialties Plum Silky. Plum Silky is really cool. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. But, honestly, when it comes to shampoo, John Paul Pet makes a really great shampoo and conditioner. Lathers up really nice. Rinses really clean. But when it comes to shampoo conditioner, I always tell people it's like asking a painter, when I paint my walls at home, should I buy Behr or Glidden or DuPont? What brand should I buy? Your painter, if he's a friend, if he really is honest, he'll tell you, there's this and this really good products that came out these days. But honestly, if you do a really good job prepping, buy whatever brand you want. Just don't buy the cheapest one on the shelf. So that would be my answer as well, Ashley. As long as you do a good job combing your dog with the metal comb, combing the Shih Tzu from head to toe, from the tip of the tail from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail to the tip of the toes, just comb every square inch. And once you've done that, really, you can buy whatever brand of shampoo you like. Just don't get the cheapest one and read the ingredients. Let's see. Joanna Anise, great. Thank you so much. Fabulous. Oh, awesome, Joanna. Thank you. Thank you for the great question. Alan Powell, your heart got in front of your hands. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I think before, when I was first getting started in dog grooming, I think I had I had a lot to prove. I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best and be known as the best. And now I just don't care. I really don't, because I know what I can do. I know what I can't do, or I know what I don't like doing. And so, and then that's that. I just, I feel very comfortable now saying somebody right up front, I personally don't want to groom your dog, or maybe not say it that way. Maybe I'll say it in a nicer way, but, I can't groom your dog, there's no shame in it. But the dogs that I do groom, they all look excellent. I'll tell you that. Ashley Palan, thank you so much. Thank you, Ashley. I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate you guys interacting and actually making this show what it is, you know, an actual Q&A session and not just me, you know, talking about I was born in 1981, you know, telling the life story of June. And also, you know, part of me was a little scared when I first had the idea to do this live Q&A. I was just thinking like, you know, what if all the haters, you know, all those trolls, you know, what if they get on this and they start asking me about all these things and start, you know, trying to make me look bad? What if my face turns red and, you know, like I lose my cool live on YouTube, you know? But honestly, there's always what ifs, there's always things. Jim Rohn says the poor pessimist lives an ugly life. He'll give you 10 reasons why something won't work because he's so dumb. He doesn't realize you only need one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can only psych myself out and give myself all these reasons why something won't work, why I shouldn't try something. But yeah, I guess just give it a shot, you know, and see what happens. And people like Ashley and Joanna and, you know, Alan, you know, gives them something. Hey, at least you guys get a kick out of it, right? A. Gerlich, greetings from Arizona. Hey, what's up, A. Gerlich? I love Arizona. And here's the thing. When we first moved out there, we wrapped things up here, just kind of shut down the business pretty suddenly within a week. Business closed down and out to Arizona. And it was, you know, kind of a family emergency thing that happened. But I wasn't sure if we were going to stay out there or not. You know, I was thinking like, you know, we'll kind of go out there and see what happens and then come back as soon as we can to Atlanta. But while we're out there, it was so beautiful. I was like, wow. And then I found myself trying to stay out there, you know, and we got our phone number changed to Arizona number. And I really found myself falling in love with Arizona because it's just so beautiful out there. But yeah, I love Arizona. I made a lot of really good friends out there too. But hey, I had to come back, you know, the universe everything works perfectly. And I know it sounds very cliche to say that everything happens for a reason, but I think everything happens for a reason. Like, and the way the dogs react to me, like they, you know, and a lot of my clients, they needed me, you know, because they just, anyways, I'm glad to be back. Ruth Olson. I gave my Lhasa Buster. I know, I remember Buster. I gave my Lhasa a haircut myself this week. Wow. Then I met a dog groomer at the dog park and she complimented me on the cut. Nice. Good job, Ruth. And here's the more important thing. More importantly than how Buster looks is the time that you spent and the effort that he saw you putting into it while you're working. You're probably sweating a little bit. I sweat a lot. While I groom, I'm drenched in my own sweat usually. But the dogs see this. The dogs see the effort that you're putting in. It's like there's no clearer way to show them with your body language in a clear way, in their own language that they understand. Not, I love you, Buster. No, you're speaking Buster's language when you're doing this. And you're saying to him loud and clear, I love you, buddy. I care about you. And that, I think, is more important than the actual how the haircut turned out. So that's awesome, Ruth. Mostly due to your, wow, mostly, so Ruth Olson, so kind and generous, saying mostly due to my advice. I'll take it. I'm not just gonna leave a compliment laying there. I'll take it. But no, and Ruth, it's really mostly due to you applying the knowledge. I'm sure I'm not the only person that you got some knowledge from. You probably lurked all over the internet, researched, you know, and then you applied it. You actually put in the time and you put in the effort and you gave it a shot and you tried it and you did it. So yeah, it's all you. It's all you. But yeah, I'll take that compliment, you know. Can't take it back, you know. But anyways, yeah, that's really cool. Let's see, what else should we talk about here? Because yeah, I've been really busy these days. Oh man, and it's deceptively so, because I make about 2 house calls a day, 2 appointments. So 1 in the morning. I schedule it between like 9 and 10 in the morning. Usually get done around 2 to 3, and then second appointment starts around 3:30, and then that goes until like 6 or 7 at night, and sometimes a little bit over. You know, I'm out of the house by like 8 something, and then I'm back home like around 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I'm just exhausted. I'm wiped out. You know, and the next day, you know, but and I love it though. I feel so lucky. You know, I laugh my ass off on the way home sometimes because I just feel like what a cool way to make money. What a cool way to earn a living, you know, grooming dogs. Who'd have thought? And I love it. If I had to groom cats for a living, I think I would hate life. I think I would be so, you know, maybe suicidal. But because I love grooming dogs so much, I love interacting with dogs. Yeah, I just feel so lucky to be busy in it. And I used to think, I grew up believing that you had to study and work hard, put in your time so you can get a job, doing something you don't like, so that you can make money and use that money to do something you do like when you have the time and energy. But yeah, we don't go to work and do something that you love and make money off of it. No, you know, you go to work doing something you hate, something that you loathe, you know, and put up with people that you hate, you know, that you can't stand for 8 hours to get a paycheck. And then you use that paycheck to go do something you like, right? That's what I thought. Who'd have thought that you could actually do something that you love, you know? and then with the money that comes in with it, you pay bills, you know, and you live off of that, you know. It's like, wow. And so, you know, like, so let's just say that I have a few days off, you know. Let's say I schedule a couple days off, but I don't really have any money. So I can't go on a vacation, you know, I can't really do, you know, all these other things. I'm straight because I don't need a vacation from my life, you know. And I think that I read a quote, like a meme, you know, happiness is having a life that you don't need a vacation from. And I was like, wow, you know, like, wow. So I really, even though I'm tired, I don't have a lot of time these days, I feel super blessed and super happy. So Alan Powell, have you been to Soviet Russia? I hear the dog grooms you. No, I haven't been to Soviet Russia, but I could just imagine. Ruth Olson, only thing I had to look up was how to hold his face while clipping it. C hold. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm guessing a C hold is like when you do like a C and you hold their head like that. I don't know. But Theodora Paz, how do I soothe my 3.5-year-old Yorkie Poo's itchy, dry skin? Is there a home remedy? So Yorkie's itchy, dry skin, a home remedy. I don't know if there's a home remedy, like per se, like using like home ingredients that you would probably have in your pantry. I'm not sure. There may be. But what I would do probably is, let's just say I don't have any, you know, I don't have the resources or the time to go out and get things. Okay, so Theodora Paz is saying he only stopped itching if he's near me. Okay, so when he's near you, he probably knows that you don't want him to itch or something. He's kind of controlling it, but then when you're not around, he's itching. So it's itchy skin. So Theodora, what I would suggest is get a metal comb if you have one. If you don't have a metal comb, then maybe a slicker brush if you have one, those metal bristle brushes. But get one of those metal brushes or metal combs and really like get it to go through, because I'm guessing if it's itchy, it's with, like, for example, a slicker brush, when you go through and kind of just go like that, kind of like just kind of brush in and out away from the skin. So let's say this is the skin, you touch, you grab some hair and you pull out. So you're not scraping the skin like that. So you pull out like that rather than like that. If you do that from head to toe, you'll hear this scraping noise, you know, and it'll catch. You'll even see the skin kind of pull up with it. You'll see it pulling the skin. That's all dead bundles of undercoat, and they're so fine. There's these secondary hairs on these long-haired dogs, like Yorkies. They're so fine that you can't even see it. But when you get enough of them out of the skin, and you brush it out, and you get enough of them accumulated onto that brush or comb that whatever you're using, that's when you see a hairball. when it finally bundles up and you get to see it. But individually, these hairs are really hard to see because they're so fine and flimsy. But they're all there bundled up and kind of pulling at your dog's skin and causing it, and they're building up inside those pores, causing those pores to get bumpy as well. So if you go through with the metal brush or metal comb all over every square inch, and some areas going to be red. Just picture a Brazilian wax. Let's say you go to get a Brazilian wax and they put it, and they boom, rip out my hair here. It's going to be red. It's going to be sore, It's kind of same idea. Because you're pulling out so much of that dead built up undercoats, it is going to turn red, hot spots, and you'll probably see hot spots as well. What I would suggest is, just kind of clearing out as much of the skin as you can. Maybe just do like a nice warm soak, just to kind of soothe the skin, and then finish up with cool water, once you rinse them off with cool water. But really, I would probably suggest getting some Derm Magic, and this. Derm Magic actually has like hotspot salves. It's Derm DERMAGIC.com, dermmagic.com. They actually have a hotspot salve that you can use, and they have lotions, and they have all these products. And I know you're asking for like a home remedy. I really don't have one other than to, brush and clear those pores out manually by brushing and combing as gently as possible, especially around those hot spots, and then soothing it with, like let them soak in some warm water for a little bit, like maybe 5 minutes, and then rinse them off with cool water to kind of help seal up everything again. And then that's the only thing that I know would be safe and that won't do any harm, at least at home. But other than that, I would suggest going to dermmagic.com, and they have shampoo bars specifically for those sensitive skins and dry itchiness. They have a conditioner bar as well, and they have lotions and hotspot salves that you can use. And especially Yorkie poos and things like that, and Pomeranians, a lot of these dogs that have all these like hot spots and alopecia and all these skin issues, they have some amazing testimonials from the customers that show like before and after pictures. So, I would suggest Derm Magic, Theodora, but really good question, because for a second there I'm like, oh, what do I suggest? What do I do? I don't know, but or maybe even aloe. If you have like an aloe vera plant handy, put some aloe, rub some aloe vera on there. So I don't know. As far as home remedy, maybe Alan Powell, if he's still on here, maybe he has some suggestions. Alan Powell is saying, I used to think Tenacious Earth, but now in efforts to lose weight, I've switched to Diatomaceous Earth. I used to drink Tenacious Earth, but now in efforts to lose weight, I've switched to Diatomaceous Earth. Okay. So, kind of reminds me of like dad jokes, Alan Powell. So, Diatomaceous Earth. I'm glad you brought that up. My neighbor, actually, her name's Julie. She works at Home Depot, and she was telling my wife, who then told me that Diatomaceous Earth, it's natural, it's good, it's cool, but it just doesn't work. And she suggested a product called Bug Off. I'm not sure if it's safe for pets, but she was saying that if we put Bug Off all around the yard, that will actually kill and get rid of the fleas. So Bug Off, might want to try that at Home Depot. But yeah, Diatomaceous Earth, I get it. I get the science behind it. I get why it should work, but it just doesn't work. It flat out just doesn't work. So, I guess it does work, but in the time that it's taking to kill the fleas, new fleas are constantly coming on there. So for me personally, I just haven't had good results with Diatomaceous Earth. Alan Powell, what are your plans for the future? Opening a salon or mobile? So Alan, I think I'm good. I think I'm good where I'm at right now for now, and just keep growing what I'm doing now, because before I think I was always like it's, again, like I said, I was always out to prove myself, prove that I'm worthy, I'm good enough, so I was always like, I needed my own shop, so I had my own shop. It didn't work out because the overhead and everything. So then I had my own home-based business, and I did like that. It was working out. It was, at first it didn't, but then it started to pick up, and then we were starting to do pretty good. But the thing is, at the home-based business, I remember just always feeling like, oh, this isn't professional looking. I need to be professional. It needs to be, and so now, as soon as I got back to Georgia, when I moved back in May, I quickly realized I can't work in someone else's shop. It's just not an option for me anymore. So then I was thinking, like, I need to get my own mobile van. Like, I need something that has like a professional logo, and I need to look professional. I need all this stuff to be professional. I need to be perfect. And I was always looking to the next thing. I'm not going to be happy till I have this. I'm not going to be happy till I get that. And I realized happiness is now. Like, I should have been happy the whole time when I had all of those things. But I don't think that I'm gonna try to open up another salon or do a mobile unit or anything like that, because right now I have no overhead. I'm not paying any rent for a space. All I really have to do is worry about my taxes at the end of the year. But really, I have it pretty good. I do 2 appointments a day. I drive to people's homes, and some beautiful homes. And that's another part I love about it. Some of these houses, everyone has like different, the different how like set up and their different decorations and stuff. The bathrooms, even like the different sinks and the bowls, and like some people have like knobs coming out of their mirrors. It's really cool. So I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with this. And I think that this is probably my new thing, like, just to be like a private in-home groomer, like a private house call groomer. And we'll just see where it goes with that, But I'm happy with what I'm doing now, so I don't think I'm gonna look to try to do like a mobile or a shop or anything like that. Honestly, Alan, you may relate to this, but having my own business and worrying about the overhead and the taxes and all this stuff, it really kind of zapped the passion out of me. Like, it took the art out of it for me, and I still struggle because, I'm stubborn. I'm when I believe something's right, I'm going to do it no matter what. I don't care. If it's right, it's right. I'm going to do it. And so I struggled with it, and which is why I lost businesses and failed, because I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to what is that? I'm not going to sacrifice the art, I'm not going to compromise, the quality. I'm not going to compromise the quality, and so the business end suffered from it. But, I learned from all those experiences that the business side just really isn't for me. I love just, hey, you like the way I groom, you trust me enough to be in your house and groom your dog, you like my price, perfect, let's do it, let's do this every month. And so now that I have 2 appointments a day, and they reschedule between like 4 to 6 weeks. Some go like 6 to 8 weeks, but because they're on a rotation, I'm actually pretty busy now, and I don't know, I'm gonna get to a point now where I really can't even take new clients. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good place. I just need to be patient and just start saving the money that's coming in. That way I can get a place of my own, move out of my mom's house soon, and or maybe even just stay here and help her. Just help my mom with the bills, It's Asian culture. You wouldn't know about that. No, I was kidding. But yeah, we'll see how things go. I'm not really, I'm not really eager, I guess, like, really too eager for the next step anymore, because I realized that when you reach that next step, then what? Then there's always that next step after that, So yeah, I guess just live in the moment and enjoy what I have now. But that's really cool, that question, plans for the future, because I really didn't even think about it. But I'm really happy with what I'm doing right now. So, and it's really cool because I just kind of stumbled onto what I'm doing now, Theodora Paz. Video cut out. Missed some of what you said. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't even know what I was saying. Um, oh, but Theodora, if you missed what I was suggesting, I was saying go to dermagic.com. That's DERMAGIC.com. They have a hotspot salve and lotions that you can apply, and they have shampoo bars and conditioner bars specifically made for dry, itchy skin. And they have customer testimonials that show like before and after. So I think you'll really have good results with the Dermagic products. But as far as a home remedy, if you don't want to, go and buy any products, just give it a good brush out or a comb out. That way you're clearing out those pores, clearing out some of that undercoat that's built up, and just the dander that builds up inside the skin as well. And then maybe a warm soak in some warm water, lukewarm, not too warm. And then maybe for like 5 minutes, and then rinse with cool water. And that would be like the safest home remedy that wouldn't do any damage to your Yorkie. But that was what I was saying specifically to you, Theodora. So hopefully you didn't miss that. Yvette Perez, my Yorkie skin gets really dry too, so I only co-wash with conditioner, no shampoo. Okay, no more dryness. Also use coconut oil on the skin once a month. Okay, Yvette. And coconut oil, Yvette Perez was saying that her Yorkie skin gets really dry too, so she only co-washes with conditioner, not shampoo. So, and then she says, no more dryness. Also use coconut oil on the skin once a month. Now, coconut oil, I've read a lot of great benefits for using coconut oil, adding it to dogs' food in the diet. But coconut oil is actually a pretty heavy oil. So if you are going to use it on the skin, very, very light layer of it. But really avocado oil or emu oil or argan oil, these oils are a little lighter, like more plant and like the animal base, like the emu oil. But and I know coconut oil is plant as well, but they're saying that coconut oil is a little bit heavier. So it kind of prevents the skin from being able to breathe if you use too much of it. And that's with any oil, really. Less is more, so just a light layer. Alan Powell, Dermagic is a good idea. Is there, if there are already hot spots? Okay, perfect. So Theodora, Alan is saying that Dermagic is a good idea if there's already hot spots. Make sure you're rinsing very well during bathing. I would give the collar a bath and keep it off when not in use. Oh yeah, that's a good another. And here's the thing, that's a really good point, Alan, with the collar. The horses, every time people ride a horse and they take the saddle off the horse, they don't keep the saddle on. They take it off immediately after they're done riding, and then they brush immediately after taking the saddle off after every ride. Why don't we ever think about doing that with our dogs? After we walk them, take their collar off and brush the area where their collar was. It's for the same reasons why we would do it for a horse in the saddle. So yeah, that's a really good point, Alan. Let me see here. Let me see if there's a. Oh no. Okay. So the meeting room that I've been trying to get for Stone Mountain for my event that I'm doing September 10th, which is like what, in a week or so. I finally got in touch. Well, I've been calling and leaving voicemails with the lady that I needed to get in touch with. And so I finally emailed her this morning after I left another voicemail. And so she emailed me just now. I just kind of got a glimpse of it. But it looks like the meeting room that is not available for the event that I already set up and advertised on my website and Facebook and everything. So, oh my God, it's okay. I got the rest of the day. I'll try to figure out something else. But yeah, live update on my event. It's September 10th. I'm doing a dog grooming event. I'm just going to go over the anatomy of the skin, how it functions, how the, just everything, the science of the bath, how to prevent all these skin issues, season allergies, what to do with hot spots, all of that stuff. And I was going to try to make it more of a Q&A as well, because I want people who are attending to really get value out of it. And so anyways, a week, I got like a week to figure out what I'm going to do about the meeting space. Oh my God. All right, just breathe. Let's see here. So, Yvette Perez, I use shampoo every other bath. Perfect, perfect. Ruth Olson, Alan, why the collar? What's in it that should matter? My dog has terrible hot spots. He licks, but only on his legs. Alan Powell responded, some collars are made from materials that some dogs can react to. It can cause itching. And also, I would add to that, Alan, like Ruth, that the collars, they do hold a lot of bacteria on there as well. A lot of bacteria and fungus, you know, and on the dog's skin, at any given moment are trillions of bacteria and yeast, you know, fungus. So, and it's all in their collars. And sometimes the dogs that I'm grooming, even, like, I'll scrub and spray like disinfectant and just let it soak and wash and, you know, force dry the collar out, and it still smells. It's like sometimes the collar has such a bad odor to it that you know, just no matter what, I can't get it out. And I'll just tell the owner, I think you need to buy a new collar, you know, because that collar, yeah, it can cause irritation and itchiness because it's holding on to so much bacteria and yeast and all that. So Ruth Olson, yes, stay here. Then I can ask you anything because you're close. Nice. So Yvette Perez, I train dogs, behavioral issues, etc. Used to do it to help. Now I charge It became too much. LOL. It didn't occur to me to use Caesar's method like you do while grooming. Yvette Perez, my 4-pound Yorkie is crazy when it comes to grooming her. The breathe and relax works magic. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, and breathing is so obviously important that we kind of overlook how important it really is. We just kind of take it for granted because we do it without thinking most of the times. But there's a book called it's called The Full Catastrophe. And if you don't have time to read the book, there's actually an audio version of it on YouTube, which is how I listen. Oh, no, actually, I'm not sure about that. Let me take that back. I actually got the Full Catastrophe audio version from the library, and I listened to it from, you know, the audiobook version on CD while I was working. I listened to it over and over again, actually, because it's so good. But in the Full Catastrophe, that's where I learned about the importance of breathing and like breathing. Sorry, I'm gonna blow my nose. But anyways, breathing deep through the belly rather than the chest. And he was saying that it's because if you think about the ocean, if you go deeper into the ocean, like let's say there's waves crashing on the beach, right? If you're standing right there at the edge of the beach where the waves are crashing, it's chaotic. But he's saying if you go into the ocean and you go deeper, the deeper you go, rather than that chaos of the waves crashing, it's more of just a swell. So he's saying it's the same thing as breathing. When we're breathing at the surface here at our chest, you know, things can seem chaotic. He says that life can get chaotic. But then when we start to breathe deeper through our belly and use diaphragmatic breathing, then no matter what's going on, we're able to just kind of just move with it up and down rather than being all chaotic. It's more just a swell. So I love that book, The Full Catastrophe. But Yvette, thanks for bringing that up. I love the breathing techniques and just calming, centering ourselves, because it literally resets our body and the dog responds to us differently. Okay. So Yvette Perez, yeah, that's true. I only use a tiny bit on extra dry area, but now I don't need to use it. Oh, perfect. So she's talking about the coconut oil. So yeah, Yvette Perez only uses a little bit on the extra dry areas, but now there's no need for it, so she doesn't use it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and Pam Ritson, she always said, always go with the mildest treatment possible for their skin. So always pick the mildest shampoo possible. You know, if you don't have to go with harsh shampoos or medications or prescriptions, then, you know, it's good to have it and use it when you need it. But then as soon as the need is no longer there, then, you know, don't use it. Go with something more mild. So I really like that philosophy. Theodora Paz says, shampoo every other bath, question mark. What do you wash with in between? Yvette Perez says, just conditioner. Just make sure you brush the dead hair off before bathing and every couple of days. Whoa, I love that. I love that, Yvette. You're awesome. Bridget Glasgowicz. Oh, Bridget, I remember you, and I've actually been kind of rehearsing the last name over and over in my mind because I was like, I butchered it last time. I'm going to try to get it right. Bridget Glasgowicz. I'm wondering how many of the people watching are groomers. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Joanna Anise says, I am. Alan Powell, I am the dog gamut. I love that. Alan Powell, yep. Bridget Glasgowicz. What is a dog gamut? Alan Powell, groomer, walker, boarder, sitter, trainer. Bridget says, okay. Alan Powell, it's also what I yell when I stub my toe. Dog gamut. I like that. Yvette Perez, cool, thanks. I'm getting that book. I used to get so frustrated. Now I just do sections until she can't take anymore. Take breaks, then start in another section. How do I learn how to use clippers? So clippers, the best advice I could give for clippers, I like to hold it like a pen. Like I'm holding a pen here, except it's obviously bigger. So I hold it kind of like this. And that way I kind of go at it like this. And then sometimes though, I do hold it like this. No, but yeah, I guess sometimes. Yeah, but I mean, basically the correct way is to kind of hold it like this. But you know, chopsticks even. I don't hold the chopsticks the way that it shows on the, you know, the wooden chopsticks you get at Chinese restaurants where it shows you how to hold the chopsticks. I don't hold my chopsticks that way, you know, but food goes in my mouth just fine. So I guess just find a way that's comfortable for you where you have the most control over it. But I hold it like I would hold a pen like this, except it would be bigger. So let's say these are clippers, I would hold it like this. So my middle finger is down there, and I'm holding it with my index and my thumb. So this way I have maximum control no matter where I'm shaving, you know? So awesome question. Renee P. Davis. Renee! I recognize you, Renee, because I recognize that picture that you have with the purple hair. That's pretty cool. I am an owner. Nice. You're the boss. Yvette Perez. I use thinning shears. Okay. And you know, Jonathan David. Jonathan David is a really good, an amazing groomer and just a really nice guy as well. But he uses like thinning shears and blenders to groom an entire Bichon with. So yeah, it's really what makes you comfortable. You know, like hedging bushes out there. You know, there's all kinds of tools and everything to go and do it. But really, you know, you just kind of pick the tools that you like the best, and you know, feel comfortable, and you go hedge the bushes. Bridget Glasgowicz. I watched them groom the standard poodle on Groomer. I watched them groom a standard poodle on Groomer TV, and she said to cut off the lashes. Why is that? So the eyelashes, they're saying that when they grow too long, it can cause irritation and cause the eyes to get infected and things like that. I've never seen it in my clients who actually request me not to cut the eyelashes. I just groomed a golden doodle this past week, just a couple days ago actually. And you know, her eyelashes are so long and beautiful. And she's 11 years old, never had any problems with the eyes. So I've heard lots of reasons why, you know, it's not good to grow the eyelashes out. But personally, I have about 4 or 5 clients who actually request me to keep the eyelashes long, especially because they're kind of dark and it's a cream colored. So the eyelashes are really highlighted. It's beautiful. But yeah, I've never had anyone tell me like, oh my goodness, you know, my dog's eyes are always watering or have these eye irritations because the eyelashes are too long. Never. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they say to cut the eyelashes off. What is your advice? Yvette Perez is saying, what is your advice? Advice for thinning shears, I guess, or clippers? And shears, I wish I had here with me, but shears, you know what? I'll kind of make a video about how I hold shears and clippers. But yeah, it's your ring finger and your thumb, and then I use my index finger here to kind of guide the blade like that. Anyways, I'll make a video. um, Renee Davis, LOL. Yeah. That's really cool. The things that we remember, you know, how we remember things, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, I remember that purple hair. Alan Powell, grooming is like an art. Any deviation from the standard breed cut is up to the groomer to work with what the owner wants and what the dog needs and can be done. I couldn't have said it any better. And wherever you plagiarize that from, Alan, send me a link. No, I was kidding. No, but that's very well put. And I would say it's kind of like dancing too. I mean, someone can show you some dance moves, but you're not going to be able to do it exactly like that person did it. Even if you do, it's going to look different just because you have a different body type, a different look. So yeah, grooming really is an art, which is why I'm kind of happy where I am right now. And I'll end with this since it's 4 o'clock now. But yeah, I'm not really, because I thought I was going to go into grooming competitions. I thought that would like really solidify me, you know, and give me credibility in the industry, you know, like, oh, he went out and competed. He, you know, maybe if I even placed or won, you know, like 3rd place or something, like, oh, you know, this makes me worthy, you know, this makes me enough. But then I realized grooming competitions really is not for me. It's not who I am. It's not my philosophy. It's not what I stand for. You know, it completely goes against the art of grooming. You know, what I wrote in the book, that we're artists, because artists, we create, we don't compete. And one of the things that it really kind of just let me know that the grooming competition is not for me. While I was filming the grooming competition for the Rescue Rodeo during Super Zoo in Las Vegas, the announcers were like, 10 minutes, you guys only have 10 minutes in the tub, don't camp out there, you know, like in and out, you know. And I'm thinking 10 minutes in the tub. I let the shampoo sit for 10 minutes, you know, and then I always use conditioners, and conditioner sits for 10 minutes, you know, that's already double the time. What about the rinse time? You know, so I was just like, wow, I personally, I would break all the rules if I was competing. I would probably get disqualified. So competing is just not for me personally. And I'm really starting to understand like that I'm happy where I'm at. I don't need to be a shop owner. Again, you know, I don't need to have my own dog grooming mobile van where I have to pay insurance and keep up with the maintenance and tires and all that, and the generator. I don't want the headache of all that. I just love to groom dogs, and I love the dogs that I groom. I'm glad to be back in Atlanta where, you know, I've developed relationships with all these dogs. They remember me, they love me. So I'm really happy where I'm at. I'm not a competitor, you know, I'm not, you know, this, and I thought I wanted to be famous, you know, as a joke. And I really said it, and I started making these videos, and I would like joke around with my kids, like, Daddy's gonna be famous, you know, just because I joked around it because I never thought it would come true. And I remember a couple of years ago, I told my wife, if anybody ever recognized me on the street, like, hey, you're Jun the Groomer on YouTube, you know, I'll tell you what, I like, not only would I probably like tackle them, you know, just we're both gonna fall on that street, rolling around. Anyways, I was telling her, like, not only am I not sure if I can control my excitement, but I think then I'll really know, like, I'm like famous, you know, I have like a certain level of fame I achieved, you know, in this lifetime. We were walking around Swanee Town Center a couple weeks ago at night, and this lady, she's like, she stops us on our walk. She's like, you're Jun the Groomer. Oh my God, I'm a fan, and I have a couple of questions. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I didn't hug her, but but man, I was so happy. But then after that happened, I was just like, wow, like, you know, nothing really changed, you know, like I still finish the walk, I still come home, and I got a bunch of dogs to groom, you know, like, yeah, I guess all these things that I set up in my mind where I tell myself, once this happens, then I'll be proud of myself, then I'll be happy. And then it happens, and then I feel like, wow, I thought that something would magically change inside of me and I would feel this like, oh, life satisfaction. But it's not. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. Well, then now what? You know, like, so yeah, I'm just gonna, from now on, just try to really enjoy what I have now, enjoy the moment, because I'm pretty sure if I ever did get like really famous and, all my dreams, all my fantasies came true, I'm pretty sure that 10 years from now, if all that happens, if I could time travel back to now, I probably would tell myself, hey, take it easy. Stop stressing so much, just enjoy the moment. It's all happening. Okay, so Alan Powell says, 5 artists can draw a circle. If you ask them to draw a circle with with short ears and a fluffy tail, you'll get 5 different anthropomorphic circles. Yvette Perez, and I really like that. I mean, yeah, anybody can draw a circle, and if you draw different people draw circles, they'll all probably look about the same. But then, yeah, once you ask them to add short ears and a fluffy tail, now you're gonna get 5 completely different drawings. Yvette Perez, the clippers get stuck, so I only use the shears. This is why your clippers are getting stuck, Yvette. When your clippers get stuck, it's because there's too much undercoat. There's too much of that fine, fuzzy, dead hair in that coat. And so if you get a metal comb and you comb through that coat, and then the comb slides right through, then when you go through with clippers, it won't get stuck. Or if you can get the comb to go smoothly through the coat and the clippers are still getting stuck, that means the clippers need to be cleaned. So I have a video that I made actually showing how to actually take that clipper blade off and slide it up so that you can clean under those the cutting blade and the blade itself. So you can get in between there and brush all that it's just accumulation of tiny little clipped hairs that build up in there. Brush that out, oil your clippers, and then boom, you should be good to go. So that should give you a lot of. If it's not the dense undercoat, and you've already cleared that out, and your clippers are still getting stuck, then it's probably the blade that needs to be cleaned and oiled. Joanna Anise, love to the family until next time. Oh, thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much. Love to you too. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, isn't this so neat? We've never even met each other, but here we are, like, sharing these positive thoughts and well wishes and love. We're sharing love with each other. It's amazing. I mean, I don't think that we really appreciate the technology we have and what we are able to do these days. Theodora Paz, where are you from? Georgia, but your accent is California, maybe? Huh. Yeah. So I grew up in New Jersey. So I had my first birthday in New York, and I remember I have a very few recollections of New York growing up in the city, and then grew up in Trenton, New Jersey, until I was about 14, 13. And then I spent a year in Louisville, Kentucky. And it's Louisville. It's not Louisville or Louisville. It's Louisville, Kentucky. But spent a year there. And then we moved down here to Georgia since 95. So I've been here in Atlanta, in Georgia since 95. Alan Powell, totally agree on that, June. I've heard well-known blog publishing groomers say the dog shouldn't be in the tub for more than 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. Alan Powell, honey, he's saying that he's known some blog publishing groomers say that the dog shouldn't be in the tub for more than 3 minutes. Wow. No, what can you get done in 3 minutes?
No, that's kind of impossible because the amount of time that it takes to get the whole dog wet.
Yeah.
All the way through all that fur, that coat.
It takes me more than 3 minutes just to wash my own hair. Maybe I spend a little bit too much time massaging my own scalp, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, Alan, I feel like sometimes as groomers, we focus too much on the what, what are we trying to get done? Check it off the list rather than the why. Why are we doing what we're doing, and really think about what are we doing here? Bridget, did anyone recognize you at Super Zoo? Oh my goodness, yes, Bridget. Someone did. I was talking to a friend, Jessica Lovegren. We worked together at a shop in Arizona. And so I was saying hi, we were talking, and a lady walked by, Lisa. I think, I try to remember her full name, but it's Lisa something. But she walked by and she was like, hi, you're Jun the Groomer, I recognize you. And I was like, oh, hi. And I was like, come here. You know, I gave her a hug. She was trying to walk away. She was trying to run away. I was like, oh, no. But yeah, I was just telling her, thank you so much. And she was like, I'm sure everybody wants a piece of June right now, you know, so I don't want to bother you. And I was like, no, nobody wants a piece of June. You're the only one, like, come and talk to me. But anyways, but yeah, Bridget, that was so cool. And also at Super Zoo, Rosanna Moeller and her husband, Barry, they actually own a shop called Bonnieland Puppy Parlor up in Calgary, Canada. They actually made a special detour on their road trip. They were going down to Tombstone, on a road trip down to Tombstone, back up to Calgary. And they actually made a detour on their trip to stop by Super Zoo and say hi to me. Oh my God. So I walked them around, introduced them to several people, but it was Super Zoo was amazing. I had a great time. Yvette Perez. Okay, so maybe I need better clippers because the comb slides through. Yeah. You are awesome. Thank you, Yvette Perez. You're awesome. Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you, Yvette. But Yvette, yeah, if your comb slides through, then it probably is the clippers. If your blades are clean and oiled, then maybe, I don't know, maybe try a different brand of clippers. I use Andes personally. Andes AG 2-speed. But that's because that's the clippers I started with. You know, so I don't really have any other, I don't have experience with any other clippers. Leon Harewood. Hi, Leon. Leon, it really has been a while. Man, I was thinking, like, was it something I said? Did he finally take one of the jokes I said personal? I'm just kidding, Leon, but that's awesome. It's really good to see you now that it's over and I'm about to shut down. That was good. Yvette, guess the clippers are probably garbage, LOL. The comb slides right through. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it could be the bad clippers. Alan Powell, agree on that as well. It's an old marksmanship motto. You make mistakes because you're too focused on your goal and not enough on your actions. I love that. Yeah, marksmanship motto. You make mistakes because you're too focused on your goal and not on your actions. I love that. Leon Harewood, I use the same clippers. They are the best. You know, I'm actually thinking about going with cordless. I wanna try like different cordless clippers. But you know, right now the funds just aren't. It's not flowing like milk and honey just yet. But yeah, once I actually have a better budget to start to work with, I'm actually gonna start trying different clippers. Alrighty. Oh, how was piano practice? You want to tell everybody how you did? And we'll say bye. No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching and all the questions. You want to tell everybody how you did piano practice?
Good.
Really? You didn't make any mistakes?
A few.
A few mistakes? Oh, that's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. But Leon, I'm afraid of cordless because they might cut off on me. Oh, well, well, actually, they have like extra batteries. So, you know, you could be charging, you have a battery charging while you're using one. So if it does cut off on you, then you can just switch batteries. So nice try, Leon. You're just afraid to try new things. No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding, Leon. Bridget, bye, Jean. Bye, Bridget. Oh, thank you so much for joining us again this week. Thank you. Yvette, I will try different ones. It was cordless one I got on Amazon. Pretty cheap, though. Maybe it's me. Thanks again. Hello, pretty girl. Oh, Yvette. Thank you. Alan Powell, the only thing I worry about cordless is they break a lot. And I've seen the videos of the same type of batteries exploding when dropped. Oh, okay. Something to think about. Thanks for the tip, Alan. I really appreciate that. I didn't even think about that. Renee, thank you. Good info. Thank you, Renee. I'm really glad you joined. Helen Rainbow, nice to see you live. Oh, thank you, Helen. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, guys. Next week, I'll go through the comments again. And also, you know, if you guys have questions you want to answer and you can't actually get into the live chat, Twitter, hashtag Ask Jun the Groomer. On Facebook, you can put it up on our Facebook page or just hashtag Jun the Groomer, and or email me, and I'll answer your questions live every Thursday at 3. Leon, bye Jane, bye Leon. Nice to see you again, bro. Alan Powell, shouldn't be dropping clippers though. Yeah, that's true. But hey, things happen. Leon, I spoke well of you to my clients. Well, you better, Leon. You better spell. That's kidding. I almost said spell weed. You better speak well of me when you're talking to clients. I'm just kidding. Alan, bye. See you next week, Alan. Awesome. Yvette, until next time, ciao. Thank you so much, Yvette. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, next week, same time. Thank you.